Okay, we're going to look at multiplying polynomials, a binomial by a trinomial. Basically, what you do is you follow the distributive principle. If you have x minus 1 times x squared minus 2x plus 1 in brackets, the x gets multiplied by every single thing in the other bracket. So the x gets multiplied by x squared minus 2x and 1. And the minus 1 gets multiplied by all three things. Well, if you work it out, you get x times x squared is x cubed, x times minus 2x is minus 2x squared, x times 1 is x, minus 1 times x squared is minus x squared, minus 1 times minus 2x is plus 2x, and minus 1 times 1 is minus 1. Now it's time to put together the like terms. Minus 2x squared minus 1x squared is minus 3x squared. 1x plus 2x is 3x, and there's your final answer for multiplying x minus 1 times x squared minus 2x plus 1. I want to show you something. There's a thing you can look in your, just Google it and go online to a thing called Symbol Lab. Now you can do any question at all and look at all the steps too. So this is a multiplication of two binomials and then a trinomial. So it looks kind of complicated. If you type this into the computer and press equals, it will give you the whole solution. In fact, it'll give you even more steps that I put here. If you go through it, it'll give you step by step by step exactly how to do any math question. You just type it into Symbol Lab. You should try it. But let's do this first thing, though. If you go 2a minus b times 2a plus b, you can see that 2a times 2a gives you 4a squared. And the minus b times plus b gives you the minus b squared. But the 2a times b, the outside is plus 2ab, and the inside, minus b times 2a, is minus 2ab. And they cancel. That's why there's nothing there. So 2a minus b times 2a plus b is 4a squared minus b squared times this 2a squared minus 3ab plus b squared. Now the 4a squared has to get a turn with every single thing in the middle. And the minus b squared has to get a turn with everything. All these three terms here. So let's just take a look at it. 4a squared times 2a squared. There's your 8a to the 4. Then 4a squared times negative 3ab. That's minus 12a cubed b. 4a squared times b squared. Well, that gives you 4a squared b squared. That's the outside one. The inside is minus 2a squared b squared. When you put those together, that's how they came up with 2a squared b squared. You can look at this all the work done. I'm showing you here, though, on Symbol Lab. If you just press it, it gives you even more steps. Okay, this last one, minus b squared times 3ab, is negative times negative is positive 3ab cubed. And the last one, minus b squared times plus b squared, that's minus b to the 4th. Well, there's your final answer. If you multiply this whole thing together, you'll get exactly what you got here. And what you really just used is the distributive principle. But let's take a look at a question like this, though. It's a little bit more involved. It says, determine the value of x squared plus 9 over x squared if x plus 3 over x all squared is 12. Well, the secret to this thing is to multiply out x plus 3 over x times x plus 3 over x. The first product, x times x, gives you x squared. 3 over x times 3 over x, that's how I get the 9 over x squared. But the outside, x times 3 over x, whenever you multiply something by that thing over the same thing, those two things cancel. You know, if you go 5 times 3 over 5, you get 15 divided by 5. That really equals 3. Well, you could just skip all that. The 5s cancel. Well, the same thing happens here. x times 3 over x, the x's cancel and you get 3. And 3 over x times x, on the inside, you get 3. And 3 plus 3 is 6. So all of this 3x plus 3 over x squared, it's really x squared plus 6 plus 9 over x squared. Well, if that equals 12, when we're looking at this thing, we're supposed to figure out what x squared plus 9 over x squared is. Well, there it is. If we just subtract 6 from both sides, we get our answer. But this one's a little bit more involved. You need to look at it really carefully and play the video a couple times. Make sure you can figure out what's going on. We've got a lot of questions for multiplying polynomials and squaring polynomials and binomials times trinomials with different signs. You need to try them all if they're just really good to do that. There's a lot of questions, but it's worth doing all this work to make sure you can do the algebra. And I provided a memo, so I've got the solutions there to make sure that you've done it right. I hope this helps. And that's all about multiplying polynomials.